not for you, I know it's not. And others can explain it smells in my mouth. Dying to me now is popcorn. Can't you understand? Can't you understand, boy? So take a rat. So take a rat, sucker. Some cookies, which is not for you, I know it's not. And I was gonna explain it smells in my mouth. Dying to me now is popcorn.
Great thing you see is this massive clash. I mean, even just the color clash from the pastels and the bright greens and yellows to the dark, you know, maroons and blacks and grays of the Addams family mixing with the cookie cutter town. It's a really fun clash, and by the end of the movie, it's a wonderful wrap around how we have to appreciate each other's differences and how together all the different shades create a much more vibrant life than just one or the other. She's a teenager and she wants to make her mom mad a little bit and push the boundaries and find her own sense of freedom. And for her, I think she feels really confined inside the house and she really wants to get out there. I mean, I think one of the first things we see about her is that she goes up to the gate and she hears something beyond the gate and she wants to know what that is. And so she has a sense of wonderment about what is going on outside of their wonderfully haunted home. There's definitely, I think, a healthy amount of competition within the family. Pugsley is a typical little boy who's just really trying to quite literally set everything on fire and blow everything up that he can. And most specifically kill his father because he does not want to be put through all the homeschooling, or as they call it, cage schooling, that they do on a daily basis. And, you know, I think Morticia is kind of your perfect mother figure in a very twisted way. She's the perfect mother figure and she loves her kids very much. But of course, Wednesday finds it overbearing. And then Gomez is honestly probably the most happy-go-lucky guy in the family. He might be the least dark and twisted of everyone in the pot. But my favorite character is Uncle Fester. I think Nick Kroll did an incredible job with him. And Uncle Fester, I think, I don't know, he really gets me. He makes me laugh. The house is alive. The house is very grumpy. The house continues on a daily basis to tell everyone to get out very loudly. There's a great sequence where Morticia gives coffee to the house by pouring it into the toilet and flushing it, and the house calms down because it had its morning coffee. I think it's pitch perfect casting. I mean, you have everyone from Oscar Isaac to Charlize Theron to Nick Kroll to Bette Midler to Allison Janney to Finn Wolfhard. You have a really fun mix of people. The story, I think, felt so perfect for the world that we're living in currently and how we are ostracizing people for our differences. And this story really talks about accepting everyone for their differences and all of us being able to live together in harmony. So I think people will really enjoy, I think kids will really enjoy their first taste of the Addams Family in this movie because it is unlike any other story. There's nothing else you're going to see like it. So it's incredibly unique, it's incredibly authentic, and it's raucous and wild, and it's silly, but it's also got a lot of heart because it ultimately is about love and it is about supporting one another and supporting one another's differences. Future. I think it would be interesting to do Gone with the Wind and Scarlett O'Hara and try and find an in on that and show the real darkness of the book that you don't really see in the movie. Could be fun. Yeah. And shout out to all my Egyptian fans. She would be the crossbones emoji, the little, like, the skeleton, a fire emoji because she's scary, the knife emoji, also scary, just the black circle because she only wears black, and then the pumpkin, and then the ghost. Yeah, I know a lot about emojis, that's shocking. I would say that my favorite character besides my very own would be Morticia, probably because she's just the most amazing mother and she really wants her daughter to be authentic to herself, and when she sees her straying and acting out for no real reason, she tries to direct her back on course, but she does it with love and understanding, and I think she's just really chic as well, and I would totally wear her whole wardrobe. It's all about the clothing, really. My Halloween costume this year is going to be Red Riding Hood on the outside, but the wolf on the inside. And every year my family does a big Halloween extravaganza at the house. So this year is a not so fairy tale, and one of my other brothers is going to be Humpty Dumpty. So Gotta think outside the box, people. I was super excited when I realized Tina made a song. I really liked the lyric video. I saw it on Instagram too, so I was like, oh. But yeah, I think it's gonna be one of those Halloween hits, which people don't really make anymore, and I'm really, really stoked about it. So yeah. My favorite Halloween movie is The Addams Family in theaters October 11th, but also Hocus Pocus. Yeah, this is probably the ones. Okay. What aspect can I relate to the most? Probably her moodiness. I would say the moodiness is definitely there for me. Yeah, and her love of wearing all black all the time. Meanwhile, I'm wearing bright purple, but don't take that as the norm. I'm afraid of the spiders in the world. And I'm a little claustrophobic. So that's a big one. And really anything that crawls, anything that's creepy, anything that's creepy. I don't like it. I don't like it jumping at me. Yeah. I would say the biggest difference is the difference in subtlety. You know, in live action, when you're acting on camera, there's a lot of subtlety that you kind of want to give with subtext, whereas with animation, all you really have is your voice and the way that you use your inflection. So it was really fun to play with my different inflections and different sizes of the way you're delivering your lines. So yeah, different. Thank you guys so much for the awesome questions, and please go check out The Addams Family in theaters on October 11th. It's awesome. Meet the Addams. You will not be disappointed. Yeah, take your kids. Take them all.
Yeah.